Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today I'm going to be reviewing Chapter 305 of My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya and Tomoru Shigaraki. So before we go ahead and get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you hit the subscribe button, and then tap that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So let's go ahead and get into today's chapter. The chapter, it picks right back up after last week's chapter where Nana asked Midoriya, can he kill Tomoru Shigaraki? It's not a yes or a no. It is something that has to be done. And they say that when they looked at Shigaraki, he didn't look like somebody who needed to be saved because all they saw in his eyes were hate. And the reason why they could see this is because One for All, it is connected to Midoriya. And like we saw in last week's chapter, they revealed that they can see everything that Midoriya sees, but they do turn a blind eye whenever he's doing other stuff, thank God. But they talk about how All for One, how he tried to take One for All from number 5 and number 6. We find out that number 6's name is N, and how he tried to do it and he couldn't do it. He tried with both of them, and then All Might was the person that was able to stop All for One, I'm sorry. And because they thought that All for One was pretty much done for, we see that he comes back because he's been grooming Shigaraki this entire time, as One for All's older brother states that he wants to, take over his body and take over his soul. They don't think that Shigaraki needs to be saved. They think that he is a threat. Nana feels partial to blame to this because it is her grandson, and she thought that by leaving her family and letting them have a normal life, that they would not be brought into this world. But All for One, he knows everything. He kept tabs on her family and whatnot, and now he has Shigaraki. They think that he needs to die. She wants Midoriya to kill him, and Midoriya pretty much lets them know that when he saw Shigaraki's eyes, he saw that Shigaraki was somebody that needed to be saved. He thought that by seeing this in Shigaraki, that even though he is a bad person, he still is a person, and heroes don't kill people. Heroes, they risk their lives to save others. Like All Might told Midoriya a long time ago, heroes, they save people even when they don't ask to be saved. And because Midoriya is pure and he's filled with hope, he's going to do what he always does, and he's going to save somebody. He pretty much says that that's what All for One was created for. It was created to help people and not to kill. And it just goes back to Midoriya, letting them know that, all of the positive things that All for One has done, and like how many people, how they support it and how they love it because it is a quirk that can help people. And Nana, she pretty much tells Midoriya that he passed the test, and this is what they wanted to see, was if he would pass the test, because heroes, they don't kill people. I was just having this conversation with my co-host Rebellious D the other day when I had asked him if your life was in danger or somebody else's life was in danger, and like me being the hero that I am, and I had to choose either you or the person that was in danger, what would you say? And he told me, he was just like, that's a position that, I would never be in. And I was just like, well, bro, see, the thing is, if you are a hero, you have to always do what the hero does and say, save the civilian, because the civilian's life, like, that's what heroes do. It's like they save people. But, overall, I thought it was a really good chapter. Definitely something good to pick up from last week's chapter. I really marked out when Midoriya was talking to the other users and his mouth started to form, and we see All Might, we see his spirit, like it's in there crying because Midoriya is doing what All Might knew that he would do. And I'm just happy that All Might chose Midoriya. I'm happy that they had that their paths intertwined, like their fates crossed because of a sludge monster. And Midoriya, he is a perfect candidate for One for All. And now because of this, and because he passed the test, and now that he has to saves Shigaraki, the other users are like, especially the first user, he's pretty much saying that, you know, now it's time for the second and third user to help Midoriya, because if Midoriya is going to save Shigaraki and defeat All For One, then he needs all of the help of the past users. So I'm really looking forward to seeing like what's going to happen next. I'm glad that Nana was able to see the type of person that Midoriya is. They've all known the type of person that Midoriya has been this entire time, just by his actions and by the people that he's saved, the people that he's fought. And, you know, that's the reason why Midoriya is my favorite character. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the next chapter. If they're going to continue with this, if they're going to continue with the second and third user finally having their chance to speak to Midoriya, or if they're going to go back to the real world and show what's going on out there. Again, like I said, really good chapter. I'll give this one, I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because it did have, you know, just more information, like just showing like who Midoriya is as a person and whatnot. And I'm looking forward to next week's chapter. So thank you for watching this video review. Make sure that you check them out every time that I do them, because I love My Hero Academia. And if you love My Hero Academia, then come and talk with your boy, hop in the comments. Let's talk about this week's chapter. Make sure that you follow me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. And you can look me up on Facebook by typing in Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. And I want to plug the My Hero Academia podcast, which is a podcast that I'm a frequent guest on, where we discuss the latest chapters of My Hero Academia. And sometimes we talk about My Hero Academia vigilantes. So just make sure you check them out. They're on Twitter at MHA Podcast. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Keep that pinky up. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.